And today we're reviewing the new Sagamore. Why did I pick it up and shake it? I'm sorry.
Off the rails.
Hi, I'm Taryn.
Hi, I'm Jonathan, and welcome to Whiskey Break.
And today we're going to try Sagamore's brand new Small Batch Rye.
Yeah, this is their newest release. It's going to be their new entry point to the lineup at $40. And it is a 93 proof rye. Previously, they had, I believe they called it their straight rye, and it was only 83 proof and all sourced from MGP. We weren't huge fans of it, but this one now, 10 more proof points, and this is all their own distillate from Maryland. Super excited to try it.
Definitely. And we're huge fans of Sagamore, so we're excited to try the new updated version.
Yeah. Want to get into it?
Let's do it. All right, we're going into the nose. Immediately, I'm getting slight sweetness.
Yeah, I would generally say this is dark, like dark sweetness. Not a ton of like pepper or like pininess or anything like that. I'm definitely, like I said, dark is what comes to mind, like maybe on like the wood char side or just like dark sweetness side, like you said, like kind of that like brown sugar-ish almost. I'm
maybe getting like a hint of like the cherry notes that I sometimes get with Buffalo Trace products.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I think it's that wood char cherry-ish note. It's not like crazy red fruit, but it's definitely there. It's definitely the oak that we like.
Definitely. I'm kind of surprised because, it doesn't smell like a typical rye.
Smells more well-aged for sure. Yeah. I feel like the general youthy rye, and even what I remember from their old release, is a lot more like piney or maybe a little peppery. And this is a lot sweeter. I wouldn't call it a bourbon on the nose, but definitely a lot sweeter, a lot darker, a lot richer. Really.
Yeah. Also, I want to take this moment to remind you to subscribe to our channel. Hit the little bell icon to get notified every time that we post.
And follow us on Instagram at The Whiskey Break. Want to give it a taste?
Yeah. Definitely tastes like a rye.
It's a rye when you drink it.
Surprisingly, I feel like it doesn't have that dark fruit on it anymore. Yeah. It kind of went straight to a little bit more earthy tones for me.
Yeah, I agree with earthy. I think the fruit is gone. I smelled it a little bit on the nose, but I'd say definitely on the palate. It's rich.
Yes.
It tastes all of that 93 proof. It's no longer like watery or anything like that. It's really a good experience.
Yeah. Going back to the nose, I feel like I get a lot more plum. I was getting slight cherry notes before, but going back to it after tasting it, I can smell very dark plums.
Interesting. Yeah. I'm not quite getting the plum yet, but I can see that it's there.
Yeah.
Dark fruit territory. I'm sure in a little bit it'll come to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, on the palate, I definitely agree with that earthiness. I think it is truly a rye. Maybe a little bit more in the herbal side, herbal tea notes, kind of that area.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's piney, but I would say it's tree-like. I think that's where I'm going with the earthy notes. I think it's almost like tree bark, or maybe even like a little bit of tree sap.
Yeah.
You get a little bit of woodsy with a little bit of sweetness, but those rye notes really come through.
Yeah, I agree. I can smell a little bit of the forestiness, but it's not that youthy pine note that you usually get on this like a standard MGP rye. It's not a bad note. We enjoy it sometimes, but it's not there. It's not that like crazy, almost like a gin smell sometimes. Mm-hmm. It's not quite there. It's definitely quite a bit darker. Yeah, just really good, honestly. Yeah, it really sticks around, and for 93 proof, and for like a not premium release or anything like that, it tastes all that 93 proof in a good way. I feel like
definitely
the finish sticks around, honestly, the perfect amount. Like I can still taste it right now. I took the sip a few seconds ago, but I'm not like dried out or like need to sit on it for 10 minutes before going back again.
Yeah, for sure. And I think on the finish, I'm definitely getting like a little bit of honey, maybe some bright citrus fruits.
Yeah, I think I agree with the citrus for sure. It's still definitely a rye. It's quite spicy.
Yeah.
I think especially at like cast strength, this would be really spicy. I think the proofing it down a little bit kind of helps there. But I totally agree with the hints of citrus. I could see that honey sweetness.
Yeah.
It's really good on the fish. I like
it is.
I like what sticks around.
Yeah. And I think like you were saying before, it is a really nice combo of going into that like herbal tea zone and finishing with something like citrus and honey. I think that the journey is very nice.
Yeah. No, it's really good. I like it a lot.
Yeah. And I love the fact that it starts very plum, dark fruit, very dark, and then gets so bright and airy. And it just is a very nice combo roller coaster of notes that I'm going on. And I really enjoy it.
Yeah, honestly, we've tried their bottled and bond release before, which is their only other time we've tried their distillate. And I feel like that release in general is just bright through and through. And so I like that on the nose and even on the palate, it's a little bit darker, but then you get that brightness, that fruitiness, that citrus, especially on the end.
Yeah.
I think it really sets it apart from, again, the standard MGP, spicy, peppery, piney rye.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what we really like is it's still spicy, it's still a rye, it's still there, but there's a lot more going on with it.
And I think going along with that, I think it also sets it apart from their finished whiskeys.
Yeah.
This is a really good, addition to their core collection.
Yeah.
Now that they're at their new distillate, I think they're going big ways,
Yeah, we really like their finished series and basically everything that starts at like $70 mark for them. But I kind of struggled recommending them as a brand to newbies or just like anyone that's interested in whiskey because at $40 before that 83 proof, there was a lot better on the shelf for that compared to, like we said, a Redwood Empire where their core offering is like still really good, proofed correctly. And then they also have cool additions later on. I really like that this is from $40 up to the $80.
Yeah. Well, let's get into our final thoughts.
Yeah, I think I'm ready for that.
Yeah. What do you think you would rate this?
I really like this. Honestly, we tried this a couple days ago when we first got it. Yeah. I liked it then. I think I like it a little bit better even now. I'm really tasting all three parts of the nose, the taste, the finish. They all are different.
The journey.
I think especially at this price range, that's kind of hard to get. You can probably find other 90 proof ryes for $10 cheaper or things like that. But I think they're going to be quite a bit more boring than this. And this honestly tastes richer than the 93 proof. So I kind of want to give it like a 4 out of 5 on the taste.
Nice.
I really like it.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm along a similar vein. I think probably a 3.5, 4. I agree with everything you said. I think the journey it takes me on is really nice.
Yeah.
And like I said before, I think the roller coaster of notes is very fun and enjoyable.
Yeah.
So I think this is definitely worth the price and it's worth trying. It's brand new. I mean, go out and get yourself a bottle just to try it. So what are your thoughts on it? What is the value to you?
It's definitely at least very good value to me. I think it's teetering on great. When I think of ryes in that, again, under $40, under $50 range, you're not going to get a cast strength. You're not going to get something crazy age stated, but I would much rather have this over like Bullet Rye or just any of the other standard MGPs. I like Redwood Empire Emerald Giant, but I think this is a little bit more of a unique experience. That's what comes to mind. So I think I'm fair giving it a great value rating. I think most I'd pay, I think at the $60 range would be maybe a little bit too much.
Okay.
Luckily, this is only 40, 42. You might find it for 45. It might not be available right now, but give it a few months. It should be everywhere.
Yeah.
I would definitely grab it as soon as you can.
For sure. I'm a huge rye fan. I think I'm willing to spend a little bit more than potentially the average person on rye in particular because it is a little bit more niche than bourbon. I'm super excited that we got a batch 1 and I think it lived up to my expectations. I'm really excited that we have this and I think it'll be something I'll reach for, especially this summer.
Yeah, I'm really excited that this is going to be on the shelf everywhere. I hope that's the case. Like I said, we just found out our Total Wine just recently. I'm hoping to see it at all the grocery stores where the previous 83 proof version was.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think it'll always be on our bar. It's not quite buy it and use it for cocktails and everything under the sun, but as a nice 90-ish proof rye sipper is probably my favorite.
Definitely. Well, awesome. That concludes our review of Sagamore Small Batch Rye.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching, and please remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon if you want to get notified every time that we post.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram at The Whiskey Break and come back for more.
Yeah, thank you.